Right, so can we talk to him?
Come on, Matt. Did you really think that you can ignore me for longer than I can ignore you? I'm Swiss. It's practically a national sport.
Oh, sweets. Let's bribe him with sweets.
Would you like a butterscotch?
You think you can bribe me?
I have no reason to. You made trouble and got punished for it. Take it as a peace offering.
Just 4?
If I'm faster than you, there'll only be 3.
Hey!
Friends again?
Mm-hmm.
All right then. And no dangerous nonsense anymore.
Okay.
Okay, let's ask about Lady Westmacott.
Your mother is Lady Westmacott's companion, correct?
Yeah, but it's not like you think. At first I thought, boy, you must be really wicked if you need to pay for friends. But the lady's really okay. A bit odd and really old.
Nothing wrong with being a bit
But
odd.
other than that, she's great. She likes me.
Aww.
The lady has peculiar taste.
Hey!
Where do you live?
You and your mother, do you both live on Lady Westmacott's estate?
I'm only there for the holidays. Most of the time I'm at boarding school.
I imagine that's not very pleasant.
No, it's fine. I have friends there. You always have to be so quiet in the lady's house, and I'm not allowed to bring any friends.
Such a big house with so many places to hide and no one to play hide and seek with.
You said it.
Yeah, I mean, there's this wardrobe, and if you go through it, it's all snowy, and that's probably the wrong estate to play hide and seek in. But regardless, the boy's father?
And how long has your mother worked for the lady?
2 years.
And your father? What does he do?
He stayed home. I used to go fishing with him, and hunting. He even let me shoot a real gun.
And then?
Then Mom fought with him, and he left. I was 7.
What are your plans, boy?
Oh, and how old are you now?
In 8 months, I'll be 9 years old.
And do you already know what you want to be when you grow up? A burglar?
No. We'll see. Maybe an actor.
Really? Well, I don't know. You need a lot of talent for that. I'm an actor in a theater group, you know?
You are?
Oh, yes. And I'm one of the best in our group, if I may say so. I get really deep into my roles, you know? I don't just talk like the character. I think like him. I become him. It's the only way to... Matt, are you okay?
I think you just have to be good at copying things to be an actor.
Oh, you're evil.
That wasn't bad. Disturbing, but not bad.
Okay, have you seen the steward?
Tell me, have you seen the steward anywhere?
No. He was walking around a little while ago, though.
Hopefully they didn't forget him in Zurich.
What's he supposed to do?
I'm looking for a key to open a compartment door.
Did you check his things behind the counter?
I'm sure the drawers will be locked.
Can't you break it open? Or pick the lock like the Raven?
Perhaps. But I need a piece of wire or something like that.
Ask my mom. She has a lot of hairpins. She doesn't like the wind messing up her hair.
Happens.
Thanks for the tip.
Have you seen the do you know anything about the missing purse?
The Baroness in the second compartment over there is missing her purse. Do you have any idea where it could be?
Do I ever?
Hmm?
That guy over there with the violin case?
What about it?
He picked up something in Zurich and put it in his violin case.
Really?
Yeah, and he made sure that nobody saw him.
You saw him?
Uh-huh.
Did you also see what it was?
Nah, not really. But now that I think of it, it must have been the Baroness's purse.
I should look into it, shouldn't I?
I
Yes.
think so.
So long.
So longer.
What? Right. Talk to the violinist then. Talk to the violinist. Go, Zelna. Go!
Excuse me, sir.
The violinist's purse. Can I look in your violin case?
About the purse.
Ah, yes. Has it been found?
Someone saw you with your violin case on the platform in Zurich.
What's the meaning of this? I didn't steal anything.
Nobody said you did. I just wanted to ask you whether you might have noticed anything on the platform.
Well,
Why did you think I was accusing you?
well, I thought because you mentioned my violin case in the context of the purse.
Apropos, may I have a look at your violin? It must be a very extraordinary piece.
Oh, that's not possible. It's a genuine Guarneri.
Very valuable.
Very, and also very sensitive.
What could harm it here? Light? Air? May I ask you to open the violin case?
No, you may not. I'm not guilty of anything.
I'm afraid I have to insist.
Then I'm afraid you need a warrant. I will not stand back and let you rifle through my belongings.
Right. Now,
Have a good trip.
Thank you.
oh, he is cold. So... maybe... oh, we can open a window. Aha! Maybe he'll then come and close it. I threaten you with cold.
Would you be so kind as to close the window?
No, I'd like some fresh air.
But I don't want to catch a cold.
The window stays open.
You're not alone on this train. I want the window open.
So, he's gonna get up at some point.
Swiss politeness doesn't seem to be what it used to be.
Oh, I can't...
I'm not going to catch a cold because of you. Go somewhere else if you don't like it.
What have we got? We could try, like, sticking the toothpick in? Yeah, put it in the runner. If I lift this up.
The tip of the toothpick is stuck between the window and the runner.
I'm going to give you a cold. Selden is a little bit evil, isn't he?
What nerve? I'll complain to your superiors.
Search the case. Search the case. Aha. It worked.
Well, that's not what you expect to find in a violin case. An old one, but probably still fully functional.
Come in the
I
van.
don't know anything about violins. It may very well be a very expensive violin, or not.
Of course, purse.
Hey, what are you doing there?
I was taking your case for safekeeping, since it was left here unattended. When I picked it up, the cover unlatched.
I never leave my violin unattended.
Well, you just did.
Then no one else could have put this purse in your case.
Someone must have snuck it in. Like you.
Aha, for sure. And you have a pistol in the case because...
I don't owe you an explanation. It's mine. I have a gun license. Now, take the damned purse to the Baroness and leave me in peace. Just get lost.
It
Bye.
won't be that easy. I'll report the incident to the Italian authorities in Venice.
Good things. The new things. Nothing new, was there? And the Kreutz, the violence van pocketed, or could he be a pickpocket? Whatever the case may be, he's committed a crime. Crime. Oh, something new for these guys, isn't it? Mrs. Miller and Matt's father seem to be separated. It seems like the boy blames her for it. Lady Westmacott really seems to like Matt. She's paying for a good education for him. And we've done everything there. Well, we haven't. The violinist Kreutzer. Yes. Lady Westmacott considers Kreutzer to be the sort of man who leeches off of others. I wouldn't be surprised, right? Oh, hello.
Oh, Inspector, did you find the Baroness's purse?
I have.
I didn't.
I have.
You did! Out of my way, James.
Wunderbar. Tremendous work, Inspector.
Constable, Baroness. Constable Anton Jakob Zellner at your service.
Purpose of the trip.
May I ask you where this beautiful train is taking you?
Venice.
To the madhouse, I'm afraid. One is close to the brink of insanity with this constant shaking and rattling.
Have you ever tried flying, Baroness?
Do you know how little luggage one is permitted upon an aeroplane? It defies all reason and good taste.
Okay. Burglary at the British Museum.
Have you heard about the burglary at the British Museum?
Heard about it? I'm directly affected by it.
How so?
I'm in charge of the Friends of the British Museum. And for your information, I'm financing the exhibition.
Exhibition? What exhibition?
The exhibition in Cairo. Where did you think we were going? The eyes of the Sphinx were supposed to be exhibited together for the first time in decades. Now that one of them is gone, the exhibition will be rather less sensational than we'd hoped.
On the other hand, there's a chance that all the uproar will generate more attention, and that the exhibition will still be a great success.
Perhaps. But we wanted to show them both together. That was the whole point.
Have you noticed anything about your fellow passengers?
Can you tell me anything about your fellow passengers, Baroness?
No, not really. I could hardly care who's penned up in here with me. No. Wait a minute. Lucien is here, the professor.
I'd noticed.
Poor fellow. The eye of the Sphinx that was stolen belonged to his collection.
Professor Lucien is an Egyptologist?
2,000 years, mate.
But of course, as director of the Egyptian department at the British Museum, he has to be. The whole burglary thing really upset him. Director Thomas told me he was a nervous wreck.
I'll take my leave of you now, Baroness, and I do hope your journey becomes more bearable.
Ha! Yes, indeed, Inspector.
Constable. James?
Yes, it does seem. Yes, it seemed to be a little bit backwards from what he was saying. Right, James the butler. Of him, it says nothing. Nothing new for the Baroness. Oh, Professor, the Professor, something. Baroness von Trebitz said that Professor Lucien is an Egyptologist and also head of the museum's Egyptian department. The stolen eye of the Sphinx was under his purview. He mentioned none of that to me. He lied to me, in fact. What is he hiding? We need to, I think, probably get... Oh, actually, can I talk... Oh, dear. Let's try talking to him. Like talking to him, and then we'll get this... we'll try and open this door. Most interesting. We'll go and...
I don't... And she's not the most...
Oops. We'll go and try and talk to him. I'm rather intrigued as to why he's moved on there.
He doesn't make a very balanced impression.
No.
And he, of all people, isn't bothered by a robbery in his own museum.
He doesn't look unbothered. Ooh.
Professor Lucien?
Yes? Do you have the key?
Actually, I wanted...
Please. I have to go back to my compartment.
Okay. He seems to think that's a very important thing. We'll go and talk to it. We'll go and talk to James. Go and talk to the butler. Butler.
The butler, this James, seems to have escaped the Baroness.
Can I talk to him?
Good day to you, sir.
Can I be of any assistance, sir?
I wanted to ask you a few questions.
Burglary in London.
Where did you and the Baroness board the train?
In Paris, sir. The Baroness was there on behalf of a charity that she supported for many years.
So you weren't in London when they broke into the British Museum?
We may have been, actually. We left for Dover bright and early the morning after the burglary. But it was in Paris when we first heard of it. The morning paper in London didn't mention the unfortunate events.
And just 2 days later, you're on a train bound for Switzerland. The Baroness certainly gets around.
Indeed, sir. We are practically always on the go.
What can you tell me about the Baroness?
What can you tell me about the Baroness?
Nothing, sir. A butler does not tattle.
Is James your real name?
If you'll pardon a rather odd question, are you really named James? That would be a lucky coincidence in your line of work.
My name, sir, is Clive Alfred Inch.
Your second name is Alfred, yet the Baroness calls you James.
Madam considers James to be the only forename suited to a butler, sir.
Right, a butler's career.
Isn't butler an odd choice of career? Butler? Many would say it's a strange job.
It is true that I am one of a dying breed, sir. The war claimed a generation of butlers.
Have you been to war as well?
Indeed, sir. I was a groom for a cavalry officer.
When you British talk about war, one is never sure which war you mean. It seems the situation hasn't changed much since the 30 Years' War, has it?
Shrapnel from a bomb dropped by a Fokker would not have wounded me in the 30 Years' War, sir.
No, of course not. Goodbye, James. Or Alfred.
Let's head back, shall we? Maybe we should actually go into the freight car, see if Legrand is giving us random tasks. But I think we should probably do this. And we have so Mrs. Miller.
Mrs. Miller?
Yes?
Could I borrow a hairpin?
Please excuse my unusual request, but Matt said you have some hairpins. Could I borrow one?
One of my hairpins?
It's a long story. It would be a big help.
Well, if you really need one.
Go ahead, Mary. The constable won't do it any harm. Will you, Mr. Zellner?
Of course not, madam.
Is this one okay?
It'll do nicely, madam. How very kind of you. Goodbye, Mrs. Miller.
Goodbye, Constable.
Yep, right. So we now go to the little drawer back here. And... Am I going around there back? No. No, no, no. What are you doing, Zelna? Zelna! Zelna! This way. Here we are.